NBC, I'm your host, David McDonald. We're in the house tonight. We got Miller, we got Blackman, and we got Cleo. What's good, fellas?
What's going on?
This year is flying by. We are in March already. All right, y'all. We are going to jump right into it. I'm going to start you out with something light, maybe even take a trip down memory lane. What is your favorite movie?
Mine's Officer and a Gentleman. I've always loved that movie for some reason. I thought, what's his name, played the hell out of that part.
Officer and the Gentleman.
You talking about Richard Gere or Lou Gossett Jr.?
Yeah, no, not written. The black guy.
Lou Gossett Jr.?
Lou Gossett, yeah.
All right. I can see that.
I'm gonna have to say the first Gladiator. Or I can go in with Platoon.
Okay. What drew you to those movies?
It's just the military style that each one had, and the passion that Russell Crowe had for his wife and son when they was murdered, and he wanted to revenge their death. And then for Platoon, it's that E5 sergeant that he didn't take no mess, but he was fair. He was better than the staff sergeant that was in that movie.
Gotcha. What you got, AJ?
Man, I'm gonna go with New Jack City, man. That's my all-time favorite movie, man. I see he really the reason I became a police officer.
Oh wow, okay. Am I my brother's keeper?
I am my brother's keeper.
CMB.
What he told him, sit your $5 ass down for a big change.
Yeah.
That sounds like something Cleo would say.
Yeah.
If he get mad enough.
My my movie is Coming to America. I think that movie for me had the perfect combination of like established actors and up and new coming people. I mean, I got a couple of those lines like memorized, like they're just ingrained. She's your queen to be. I used to sing that. What's that guy's name? Paul Bates. He would sing that. She's your. So yeah. Yeah, man.
What's his name when he was on stage? I believe the children are our future.
Oh yeah. What was this?
That boy good.
What's his name?
You talking about he played as Ricky.
What was his name?
It wasn't Randy Jackson, I think. Was it
Randy Jackson?
Yeah.
Randy Jackson.
Yeah. Hilarious.
That boy good.
That boy good. He good and terrible. Cool. All right. Okay, so you guys, y'all doing your thing right now in your established areas. What would you say? And if it applies, great. If it doesn't apply, that's great too. How has failure shaped your life? Whether good or bad, how has failure played into that? How has it shaped your life?
Again, I've never failed at nothing, so I don't know.
NBC, y'all heard it here. Cleophas Bayless said he's never failed at anything.
I have never failed at anything.
Every
job I've applied for, I've gotten. Every job I've applied for, I moved up on the job. I've never failed at anything.
What about all the trouble that you got into?
Oh.
I mean, I got in a lot of trouble, but that's not failing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You could avoid trouble.
I didn't want to avoid the trouble.
There you go, right there. That's where you failed at, right there.
I didn't fail.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
I've never failed. Huh?
I don't know if he's telling the truth or he hiding something. He doing one of the two.
I'm telling the truth. I've never failed at anything.
I want to be like Cleo when I grow up.
That would be nice. Yeah. You have a good life.
What you got, AJ?
And me personally, it's just my opinion. I feel like I'm still too young to understand and realize what failure really is. Really is. I feel like I won't be able to, to put it out. Like, okay, this is what failure was until I get at an older age. Because as far as playing games and stuff like that and losing at that, that's about the only failure I can call.
I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna give a serious answer and a not so serious answer. My serious answer is, at some of the things that I failed at, ultimately I feel like God didn't have that for me. And as far as my not so serious answer, to be an actor, one of the pieces of advice I've been told about acting and just production in general is that you can't be afraid of rejection. Rejection is, hey, I failed to get, I failed to land I applied for this role, I failed to get the role. However you want to look at that, whether you see that as failure or whether you see that as rejection. So I've been told it's like, hey, even some of your established, A-list people, they're like, hey, there was a couple of years, it was rough. Every 10 jobs I was applying for, I only got one. So, it's part of the business. You may have 10 people, you may have 10 or 15 people applying for one part, you know what I'm saying? And, 10 people could fit the bill perfectly, but they only can go with one person, you know what I'm saying? So some of that stuff you can't take personal, but yeah.
You can't see that as failure either.
Okay, rejection. What highs can you look at it now?
Somebody's always better than you. So you it's not that you wasn't good enough. Somebody was just better.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as somebody better than you.
Oh yes, it is, bro. There's always somebody better.
It's not better.
Yeah.
They just stand out. They did somebody.
No, AJ, I don't care. You could be the best actor at that stage you on right now, but you could go to another stage and somebody's gonna be better. I don't care how you put it. Somebody is always better. That's just my opinion. And
okay,
I'm not
okay.
Then you go for a part and you win it. I'm not gonna look at me as a failure. I'm just gonna say he's better than me.
Okay. That's a half full.
I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna look for another one.
But now mind you, I said that, but that's my not so serious answer. Because like you're saying, Cleo, it's like, okay, well, that person had different flavor or whatever. You just keep moving. So yeah.
I'll give you another one now because I done thought about it, but I don't see it as failure.
Mm-hmm.
Say being married or raising a family. I don't see that as failure. Somebody else might see it as failure, but I don't see it as failure.
You talking about marriage and then getting divorced? Is that what you're saying? So
because I wanted it. That wasn't no failure on my part. I wanted it, so I can't see it as failure.
How much time you been married?
So okay, so you're saying you failed to
No, I didn't fail.
So you failed to stay in a long-term relationship?
You wanted to fail?
I didn't fail.
Did you want to fail?
I didn't want to fail. I wanted to get out, but it's not failure.
Yeah.
What is
it? If you want to fail,
hey, I was on board with the acting thing.
Let me tell you what failure is. Failure to me is I'm going out here and I got a family and I can't feed my family. My kids are hungry. That's failure. I get up and leave my family because I'm unhappy. That's not failure.
Why
That's
it ain't?
looking out for me.
Why it ain't?
Because it ain't.
Yes, it is. Oh,
No,
man,
it's
don't
not.
tell me.
I did not fail.
How in the hell you gonna try to say you didn't fail?
How did I fail? I left
For what reason?
because I wasn't happy, not because I failed. I was, in my mind, I was doing everything I was supposed to do. That's not failure.
You failed your kids.
Say what?
You failed your kids.
How did I fail my kids?
You left them.
You left them.
You abandoned them.
What has that got to do with anything? Only a fool stay in a situation that's not working for him.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. I told you this before. A child cannot keep a man and woman together. That is
Well,
not
they can't.
fair. You are not failing your kids. You are failing you're not leaving your kids anyway. You're leaving the woman.
If you leaving
No,
your
my
woman
kids are still in my life. What are you talking about? I didn't leave them. I left the house that they was in, but I did not leave them. I left the mother.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you going back to that house?
For what? They're not even there. They grown.
So okay, so hey, James. So what's your answer to that question? How has failure shaped your life? Would you have?
I failed through several reasons. I have failed. One, I failed because I'm not married. That's on me. I want to be married, but I want the right woman for me. You see what I'm saying? I should have been married long time ago. I'll say at least 25, 30 years ago, I should have been married. The opportunity came, but I didn't. But I failed when I said I'm not ready. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you still living, so you ain't failed.
I don't have nobody to come home to.
You still ain't failed.
Yes, I did.
Because you can still go get a woman and have her to come to you.
No.
So you ain't failed. See, you're looking at it from the wrong way. You have not failed. The only way you can say you done failed and you ain't got a woman if you die right now. And then you can't say it anyway. So you still can't say you failed. But as long as you standing there looking at me, you can get a woman. You can marry that woman. And where's the failure at?
If I married a woman, there is no failure because we're going to be happy. I'm not going to leave her for no... Okay, first of all, let me ask you this. Do you believe in the marital vows?
Who?
Your feet don't fit no limbs.
Not
you
really.
definitely ain't on the bag of fried potato chips.
Not really. Nobody believe in that.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody.
Oh, Lord.
Look at the percentage of marriages that survive, man. Everybody say that in the beginning, but 9 times out of 10, all of them fail. Some of them go for 40, 50 years and they still fail.
How?
If you want to call it failure.
But they still married though, aren't they?
They still married. Some of them go for years on top of years and they go. You look at the boy, the whining boy, he went 20 years before his wife left him. You look at a whole bunch of people. Divorce rate is high as hell.
You know, for a weird reason, I'm actually on board with what both of you are saying. James feels like he's a failure because he's not married up to this point. And I can kind of understand what he's saying. Cleo,
how you gonna be a failure because you're not married, Dave? How you gonna consider yourself a failure?
But what I'm saying, Cleo, I can understand what you're saying too, because you're saying, hey, you still have a chance, so you haven't failed. Yes, it's taking you a long time to find that that person, but you haven't failed unless you choose to fail. And yes, that's why I'm saying I'm on board with what both of y'all are saying.
And I agree with you, Dave. Bailey, when you got married, how old were you when you got married?
I was in my 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't no young man.
Oh, yes, you was. 30s is young.
2 years, all it took me to walk away. Actually,
Dave, when you got married, how old were you, Dave?
You did 2 what, Cleo? What'd you say?
2 years. I got married in 89. I was gone by 91.
I see.
For what reason?
I didn't want to be there.
She was the wrong one for you.
She was the wrong one?
Well, okay, that's a failure right there. You married the wrong woman.
No, I didn't marry the wrong. This had nothing to do with the wrong one. This was about me. I wasn't happy. I guarantee you, if you would call her and ask her back then, was she happy? I guarantee you she'll say yes.
If you wasn't happy.
But it wasn't failure.
Why did you marry her if you wasn't happy?
Well, that's a different story because y'all wouldn't believe it. Y'all wouldn't believe it. Out of spite.
Like Kathleen doesn't say, I'll wait.
Out of spite.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
That's it. Out of spite.
What was out of spite?
Huh?
What was out of spite?
make her life miserable as hell.
Oh,
Just for the hell of it.
mm,
You think that's a joke, but I'm telling you the truth.
boy, if I had hair on my head, I'd be bald headed. Right now.
You wouldn't be, if you ever knew, see, when I tell you the truth, you think it's a lie.
I'm not saying that you're lying.
The only reason I got married was out of spite.
Okay, I understand that. I can understand that. I'm not saying you're lying or anything, but that's wrong.
It's wrong for who?
What to be was wrong? Did I?
You missing the point. This is why there's no failure for me. I do what makes me happy. As long as I'm happy, I cannot fail. You're missing the point. And everything I've done in my life is about me.
Yeah, James, I think he's saying ultimately his creed is self first and then everything else second.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the way life should be. You should never put nobody in front of you. Nobody. But that's just my opinion.
Got you. All right. Here we go. All right. What's the craziest thing that you have ever done for love?
I've never done them, Dave. I'm telling you, I've never done them crazy.
Pretty sure you
Nothing.
Pretty sure.
He just said, "Come on now."
Nothing.
We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it out of you.
And I'm gonna tell you, when I say I did it out of spite, it had nothing to do with love.
That's the answer right there.
No, sir. I never did nothing. Well, I guess that could be an answer.
That's the answer right there.
I got married out of spite. But that's not love, though. So that's not the answer.
Yes, it is.
So you're saying, okay, I'm hearing you say you see the act, you don't see the act of marriage as an act of love. You don't see that, you see it as an act of convenience. What do you see it as?
An act of convenience.
I see.
And if the average man saw it as love, nobody would never cheat on the wife. There's only very few people see it an act of love. And they only see it for a short time.
You ever cheated on your wife?
Every day.
God dang.
And I'll say that on here and put it on every face, everything I got, because everybody knows. I just told you it wasn't about love.
Oh, excuse me, my bad. I gotta keep it together, my bad. Oh my goodness. James, how can you come back from that response?
I got no comment on that. I ain't got no comment. No comment.
Dang.
That's why Miller ain't married today. He waiting for love.
Sorry. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. All right. All right. Ooh. I'm trying to think. Have I done anything crazy for love? No, I mean, I don't think I have. I mean, I feel like everything I done was kind of level-headed, with the average person that, say they're in love with someone, do this. I guess that was the mindset I had as far as that goes. I never, tried to fight someone or, I didn't, spend tons of money, I mean, as far as that goes, I never did that. I feel like if the person really likes me for me, I don't have to, I don't have to shell out the dough, not like that, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah. What you got, James? I mean, are you tapped out on that, or I mean, have you ever done anything crazy for love?
Yeah, I have. Trying to get with somebody that really didn't want to get with me. They're female belly. I put it like that. And listening to a friend that separated us.
Okay.
You know.
I got you.
AJ, you need to talk to your boy.
Hey, one of these days, if I could ever steal this tape, I'd show you. At my wedding, it was just great fun.
Okay.
Laughing at the preacher, laughing at her. It was just.
Say, hell you laughing at the
It was just great fun.
You are evil.
Yeah, I was evil. Damn, yes.
Yeah.
Right there.
If you see that video, you would sit back and you would sit back and crack up right now.
Would that video go viral?
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
need to get it. I want to watch.
Anybody would tell you that was there would tell you that's the best wedding they ever been to. It was straight fun.
I want to watch.
Huh?
AJ sound like he was acting before he even was doing it on purpose.
It was a natural. Look at it.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
everybody knew that it was nothing there.
And she loved you?
Huh?
She loved you?
Say what?
She loved you?
Yeah.
She wanted the marriage?
Yeah. But
You didn't.
that's
You should have
different.
gave her the Jane.
Say what?
You should have gave her the Jane.
I should have.
But they said to win. Anybody give her away? Yeah, I give her my phone.
I should have. I think when they said that, everybody started laughing. Me and my brother was cracking up.
So everybody
Moving
that was
around.
laughing, that was laughing was on your side of the family, right?
Who?
People that was in there laughing and cracking
All
up.
of them. Theirs too. Both families, because they knew me. Everybody knew what it was. They tried to tell her, but
Did she know you?
Huh?
Why did she go through it? Did she know you didn't want it?
Because I was Cleophas. Y'all don't understand that. You don't understand that. But if you had knew me when I was there, you would understand.
You a bad
If you
man.
talk to somebody that knew me, they'll tell you he was Cleophas. I did things that was most men only dream about doing in those days.
So you John Shaft.
I was better than John Shaft, and I wasn't frictional. I'm telling you. Y'all sit there laughing, and I'm telling you the truth.
Dave,
I agree with Dave.
That's what a PMF is right there.
James, I need to be writing. I need to start.
You should.
I need to start a new doggone
Bro,
script. What
if
in
I
the
sit
world?
down and talk to you one day, you would have a good movie. Shit I done in my life.
Hey, I play the younger.
Have a good movie.
So you line up for young Cleo,
Young Cleo. Hey, but look, check this out. When it comes to love, doing something crazy, I agree with you, Dave. I never did nothing, facials or nothing like that. But I got this one story, though. So I think I was like 19, 20. Me and this girl was going to the movies. We were together for like maybe a couple months. So, me, being a light-skinned guy, we was at the movies and something happened. I don't know, did I speak to another girl or the girls that ended up saying something to me or something happened? So we got down with the movie. We was going home. I'm driving home, right? She over there quiet in the passenger. Like, what are you so quiet for? And she just over there. All I hear is she over there sniffing. Like, okay. At this point, I'm like confused. What's going on? She's like, I seen you and that girl. I said, look, I don't even know her. And she was just saying, you in a relationship, if you love somebody, you shouldn't do stuff like that. But she grabbed the wheel and turned the wheel. I got shit, my heart stopped. And next thing you know, we over there. I'm sorry, I'm just emotional. 5 miles up the road, she grabbed the wheel again. What's wrong with you? Stop. Man, I ain't never talk to that girl. I don't even want to see her.
I agree to say, did you leave her? Because I would have put her out my car.
Did I leave?
You would have walked home. Huh?
And to make sure she got home. Once she got home,
No, I would have put her out my car.
I don't even think I waited for her to close the door.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure out of all the stories that are out there, I'm sure there's some stories we hadn't heard are just as crazy, if not crazier. Yeah.
When can you get a hold of that tape?
I don't have one. The only one that I want is her property.
Get it
So
from
when
you.
can you get it?
What's that, James?
But
Can you get it from her?
I don't know. I'll see. But if you would see it, you'd understand. Damn, this guy was crazy.
So you know her still cool to this day?
Lord, him.
And it ain't nothing she did, it's what I did. But see, the thing was, she was supposed to have taken all that.
She's supposed to take it to what?
Until my kids turned 18, and then she could have went on about her business.
So y'all had some kind of agreement or something?
That's right.
Let's see.
Was she American?
See what?
Was she American?
Yes, you're American. The prettiest damn women you ever wanted to see.
Where's she from?
She was from Delaware.
Delaware. I don't think I ever met nobody from Delaware. I don't know how they had.
But one day I'll sit back and tell you the stories offline.
When the
Hey,
camera's not rolling.
Yeah, when the cameras ain't rolling.
All right. All right, fellas. If you could meet someone from history, who would you want to meet?
I only got one, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
That's the only hero I've ever had since I can remember.
Okay.
How far in history are we talking?
Doesn't matter.
Eartha Kitt.
What do you know about Eartha Kitt?
I met her when she was older.
Really?
I did. Yeah, in Norfolk. Yep. What you got,
She's
James?
beautiful.
Yeah. She's always been beautiful.
I'm gonna go off the wall. I want to meet all the serial killers that existed back then, and the reason why I want to meet them is because I want to know why did they do the things that they did.
Before we get down in the questions, James, we cool, right?
Not because some of them started off real young, and the reason why like I said, I want to know why
Parents abuse them.
they do those things. So
Parents
what?
abuse. Parent abuse.
Really, Cleo?
Really? I guarantee you.
Jeffrey Dahmer, mom and daddy didn't beat him.
What did they say? What was his problem then? I know you've seen the story.
He
What they
loved
say?
men.
He was abused. He started off killing dogs and cats, and they didn't do nothing about it.
That's when they should have beat him.
You don't have to beat a child to get him in line, AJ. That's that slave mentality, son. I'll keep telling y'all, those people got that from getting beat with whips, and they thinking, well, Massa got him in line. Every time Massa swing the stick, he got in line. So now this is how I'm gonna raise my kid. Every time he do something bad, I'm gonna put a stick on it. I'm gonna put the belt on it. I'm gonna put a switch on it, just like a whip.
No, I beg to differ on that.
You can beg all you want, son, but you can. That's it.
So what about Charles Manson when he killed all those people? What about Hannibal?
All of them was screwed up in family life, bro.
No.
Just because you got money and thinking you coming from a good family does not mean it, because you're ignored. You're abused in different ways. See, y'all just think abuse means somebody smacking you in your face. Some people think abused by the mama not having nothing to do with them. You know, every time you want the mama, she send them off to the babysitter. Stuff like that. And it mess with the mind. All those, you don't just become a serial killer, son. You made.
I bet, oh no.
I think if I think for me it would be like I guess a toss up between Thomas Edison and George Washington Carver. You know, both of those guys were smart. They were inventors. They didn't know how to quit. You know, all the times that Thomas Edison failed at having a successful light bulb, and then he had to fail all those times to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would say either one of them. That'd be my answer. I know that's a nerdy answer, but yeah, that'd be my answer. Yeah. All right.
If Martin Luther King was still here, we'd be a better place.
You think so?
We'd be better people. Yes, we would be better people.
What about Malcolm?
Malcolm wasn't up but a thug to me, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, you know, he started out that way, but then he was starting to slide. He's starting to slide over toward the peaceful side. He started speaking out.
Too late then.
Well, yeah. It wasn't too late. It was
too late because they hated him.
Well, they hated him because all the influence he was getting, because he was
right. That's what I'm saying. It was too late, but he was getting it the wrong way. They hated Martin Luther King because they didn't know how to deal with him. Mm-hmm. They couldn't understand a guy that you could punch me in the face and I keep coming. You couldn't knock me down. I keep coming, and I ain't kind of kill you. Mm-hmm. Ain't talking about killing you. They didn't understand that. That's why how he got stuff done. Now, non-violent, could I do that? Hell no, I would have been a Malcolm. But I understand how he did it. Mm-hmm. Because they were too dumb to understand. People loving this guy because he's nice. He even though I had white people love him because he was nice. You know, you can't do all this to this guy and he keep doing what he's doing and ain't fighting back. And then they started giving him stuff.
So, I guess in terms of how Martin Luther King made his exit from this world, I mean, do y'all think that was an inside job?
Of course it was.
No.
Whoa.
Bro, I'm from back there in them times.
Wait, what?
I'm from back there in them times.
You feel like it was like
Jesse Jackson set him up.
Us on the inside job.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not saying it was us. The white people paid Jesse Jackson to set him up.
And what do you make that? What are you basing that statement on?
Everything I've always heard from day one, how he brought him outside. You got a guy that's got a threat on top of threat on top of threat. You're gonna bring him out in an open balcony, already talking. He already saw his death coming. That's what that night he saw his death coming. You gonna bring him out there in the open for anybody to shoot him. Nobody in front of him, nobody on the side of him. He's standing right up front. And you supposed to be his bodyguards or people looking out for him. And they even know I said that, you know, Jesse, made sure that that's him. Now, is it true or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've always believed it.
I got you.
And I have never liked Jesse Jackson, so, because he was only a guy just like Al Sharpton. He wasn't in the front, but he wanted to be there. And he didn't get to the front until Martin died.
Right.
That's just my belief.
I got you. Woo, man.
The shot, he didn't die from a shot.
Look it up.
Yeah, there's there's definitely some stories about him like dying at the hospital, not on the balcony.
Oh, he was suffocated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, whether he did it or not, I don't know. It's his conscience. Maybe he'll tell you when he go.
Now this let me try to get a not so serious question on this one. So, I mean, all of us have had children, so this is a moot point. I guess this is just more hypothetical speaking. Would you if you had a choice, like a vending machine or whatever, if you had a choice between having a child that's less attractive and crazy intelligent, or having someone crazy attractive and not so intelligent?
You want me to go first?
Sure.
I'll take the one that's crazy with looks.
Crazy attractive and
Yeah,
not so
attractive
intelligent.
and less intelligent.
Why is
Now,
that?
depending on the age you're starting from, because a very intelligent child at a young age get picked on too hard. Yeah, after he grows up, you see the little nerdy kid, everybody picked on him.
Mm-hmm.
He go to school, he got beat up, he got this, he survived, but he was crazy as hell, and most of the time, in the end, he ended up killing himself, shooting himself, or doing something crazy. That's what the little smart kids did back then.
You went to the extreme on that example.
Yeah, but that was the example. I want my kid to be a normal kid, looking straight in the front, and then she can make it better. Because you can make yourself feel intelligent even if you ain't intelligent. But a little young kid can't do that coming up. If you're an ugly little kid with all them brains, oh, look at those 4 eyes over there. They picked on them back in our day.
Right.
Now you get away with it now because you can't bully. I mean, they bully, but they don't bully like we bullied back in our day.
Right. I think for me, if I had the option of choosing between those two, then I would choose to have my kid in a private school. I would go with crazy intelligent and not so attractive, and try to, have them in a better, school environment where, you know what I'm saying? So
see, I didn't know we was talking about that. I thought we were just talking about
well, I mean,
if I had the money to put him away from these clowns, then it's a different.
Okay.
I thought you were talking normal. Yeah.
I got
I've seen smart kids get picked on, bro.
Yeah.
And I know you have too.
Same. Yeah. Yep. James, you got that serious look on your face. What's your answer?
Lord have mercy. I got to agree with this man here.
Who? With Cleo?
Yeah.
Woo! Episode 28. Y'all heard it. So you would pick a child crazy attractive and not so intelligent?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can mold that person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can teach that person.
Mm-hmm.
You can show that individual how life is really should be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shoot. And the way you said that, it almost sounds like you saying that crazy attractive child, you put that child through trade school, so they'd have a job that paid the bills, and they would have something that relied more on hands-on versus, you know what I'm saying? At least that's
as he grow up, he could get better. Average kids go to school and make it too.
Right, absolutely. Yep. What you got, AJ?
I'm gonna go with the not so attractive but intelligent. Reason being, they don't have. If they're intelligent, they're gonna focus on their books and learn what they need to learn. Well, that's what moving them to a school where they can focus on their books and not have to worry about all the crazy.
Yeah.
Because once they get older, like I said, they focus on their books, so they know what they want to do in life. So that's the dream and that's the goal. And the looks gonna come after that.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know this in school, but all the smart, intelligent girls, they were smart and intelligent, but they weren't really the ones guys like me to go after. But now they done got older, so it's like, damn. She got an MBA and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, My dumb ass messing with the cheerleader. I should be messing with her. You did what I'm saying? Head on straight, graduated, top of the class, college.
Yeah, and then she getting the guy that married her, who's out there with the pretty girl taking all her money, and she's sitting back miserable as hell.
Nah, because in the process, I'm teaching my kids this and that.
You see it every day.
You think so?
Yes, sir.
But I, with that mentality, they doing their own thing. They not really out there looking for something like that. And if somebody is doing that to them, they just leave them.
No, they're not gonna leave them because they think that's all they can get.
No. You think so?
I know so. I've seen that too.
Hey,
I know y'all have seen it.
You need to write a book.
Huh?
Bailey 101. You need to write it.
James looking like he got a point there. All right, you guys. Last question. This is, I guess, this is kind of a fun one too. Just in general, what's the most ridiculous thing you bought?
Most ridiculous thing I think I ever bought was this fancy jacket, and it's actually in my room and hanging up in my closet. It looks like Leonardo. What that painter name? DiCaprio. What his name?
Da Vinci. Yeah.
It looked like he painted it, but it's made of thread and got so many crazy colors on it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna buy this and I'm gonna style it out. Man, that thing look crazy as I don't know what.
Was it expensive? Did you get a good deal?
It was expensive. It was expensive. $500.
Oh, okay. What you got, Cleo?
That's a hard one for me. I've never thrown money away into stuff like that. I know I bought a motorcycle one time and let somebody else tear it up, but he got messed up in the process. That's probably the only reason I say that is because I didn't get to ride it the way I wanted to ride it because he tore it up and I never bought another.
Right. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think about that one. I've never had a $1,500 watch. Never had a motorcycle. Never had I've always been a penny pincher. I didn't go clubbing and spend $100 a weekend on drinks. I mean, I didn't do that kind of stuff. I mean, I would say probably the most I've ever splurged on something that I probably could have done without, I would say was, I'm trying to think of it. I had a sports car. When I got married, I had a sports car, and I bought the sports car like maybe 4 months before I started dating. But man, I ran that thing to the ground, and even after that, I was able to sell it and get more than what it was worth. So it's like I really can't consider that a ridiculous thing, but yeah, I don't think I got anything on that one. What's that, AJ?
What kind of car was it?
It was Ford Mustang.
Did you get married early?
I did. 21. I was 21 when I got married.
Well, I was thinking like 18, 19.
No. Yeah. You got anything, James?
I'm gonna go off the limb and say the worst thing I ever spent money on was a male enhancement.
Say what?
Yes.
What you got to do? Get an operation or something?
Now, are you talking about pills or are you talking about like a pump?
Pills ain't that expensive.
Are you talking about a pump?
No, not no pump. Yeah, no, not no pump. Pills.
Oh, okay. Medication. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then, I'm just recently I bought that honey, that Himalayan honey.
Oh, honey pack. Yeah.
Yeah, and it don't work. I'm trying to tell you, that's the worst mistake I ever made, was buying some stuff like that.
Wait, what? The honey pack? The honey pack?
Yeah.
The gold?
It worked, bro.
With the beehive on
Yeah, it worked.
it? I can't. Hey, that works, James. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The one in the spoon.
Hey, oh no, about that. Hey, look, the gold pack with the little beehive on it. Trust me, son, it worked.
No, it's the black pack. It's the
Yeah, with the
Himalaya.
spoon.
Oh, I ain't
Now,
never
you
had-
talking about, is that something you saw on TikTok, or which one are you talking about?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all that.
It don't work. Nothing you buy on the internet work.
that
As a
gold.
matter of fact,
No, I'm
as
just
a matter
messing
of
with
fact, I got it in the bathroom right now, just taking up space.
you.
It's a 30 pack.
Okay.
I-
Your face.
Look, maybe you didn't give it enough time to get in your system.
Oh my goodness.
What you mean?
What you drinking with?
Uh-oh.
It don't matter. You can drink anything with the honey.
Yeah. I put it in some juice. Or some hot tea.
Put in some Hennessy next time. Put in some Hennessy. You put it in that Hennessy ball game.
He said,
Look, hey, you still in the military. You can get the blue deal.
I think all the male enhancement stuff is a lie. The
Most
biggest
of
one
it is.
the
That's
biggest
what
one
I'm saying now. You in the military, though, you can still get the blue pill. All you
Man,
gotta
that
do is
makes
go
it
to, huh?
That don't work neither.
Oh, that's not the pill, then that's you. That's you.
That's an off-camera conversation, James. You good? You good?
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't mind.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh no, I don't mind. It don't bother me at all.
Gotcha. All right, you guys, we're gonna wrap this episode up. Thank our viewers for watching. Keep the comments coming. You want to be a guest on the show? Respond to the email that's in the video description. I'm David McDonald with MBC, Miller, Blackman, and Cleo. We are signing off. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.
Peace out.
Right,
All right,
right.
have a good one.